continue our course, now the second day. Many thanks to Professor Abhinav for his previous lecture. So he prepared us, you and me for my lecture. I mean this. He give a lot of background material, which very helpful to understand what I tell in my presentation. Okay, and also I like this previous lecture. So this I think very good. Okay, so the lecture number 3. This is AI in cybersecurity, main trends and key application area. The next lecture will be a continuation of this. So I try to consider the issues of application of AI for cybersecurity here. And the main content, so this I consider this maybe importance of this issue, the main problems. We consider AI trends. Then cybersecurity trends, and go to the key applications area of AI in cybersecurity. Okay, so now this we call what is happened now in the world as an AI arm race. Yeah, this. So this a company trying to implement a lot of AI decisions, but not think about the security of these decisions. And this is very close to the arm race that have been in the previous century, yes, for the nuclear arms. So the same, and maybe for the consequences, this is prevalent. So I mean this AI, because this is for management. I was invited in the Hawaii from one of the American institutions for the workshop where we discuss what is the most influential technologies for the future of mankind. And I was in a team that our task was to stipulate that the cybersecurity and new technology in cybersecurity the most important. This is because cybersecurity are used for the management of all nuclear area and chemical, water. So if some kind of break will be in such kind of system, so we will not have this water or nuclear or energy. Yes, so this is very important, and we won in this competition. So this was some international team, several people from mostly from the States, but this was people from Europe and from Asia, and also I am from Russia. Okay, and so now again. Cybersecurity could be more powerful with AI tools. And if we consider such kind of tools can be used as for cybersecurity, as against it. So this is the usual situation in cybersecurity where we have two sides. The first side try to protect. The second side try to attack, and attackers have a prevalence. That because they have a first step, yes. But attackers, of course, it is possible maybe to do some approaches which prevent and which could plan the future action of the malefactor, but it is not possible to plan everything. Yes, so this is a step by step. So this attackers try, and then we try to protect, and again. So the same now in using AI. So AI can be used as for the protection as well as for attackers. And you see that now this criminal can fulfill so-called scalable, custom-made and human-like assaults using AI. So this is a strange situation, yes. So the guy who used AI we see something like cyber war in this world. Okay, and we decided to research this problem and to see different research which are devoted to this problem. And we analyzed several databases for scientific publications. And one example, for example, if we consider Google Scholar search for the paper, so yesterday I tried to do this search, yeah. And if you see ML for the malware detection, so this yesterday it shows, you see this, almost 54 articles. For AI, for cybersecurity, 367,000 articles. For query deep learning for cybersecurity, 322,000. Yes, but interesting, AI for attacks, 3 million, more than 3 million. Yes, you see the difference. Of course, if we consider this, the result of this search, this could be a lot of different papers which not belong directly to this issue. But anyway, you see the prevalence of the research which devoted to attacks. And so this very important and interesting phenomena we have in this. And also interesting that a year ago, also I was in India, and I have done the same search, and you see the changes. Yes, so this changes in the quantity of the papers. For example, for the year, almost 1 million additional papers for the research in the area of AI attacks. So this very interesting. And also, if we consider such kind of papers and the main keywords which are used for the using AI for cybersecurity, so this number one AI. So also you see this neural network, information system, cybersecurity, and so on. So this most searchable keywords in this area. And also another representation, but for the attackers. So the keywords is the main keywords: artificial machine attack and cybersecurity. You see this. Interesting. No, this most the same, but mostly the same, but interesting to see such kind of picture. And also for the AI-inspired research, it's very important for us to understand the situation with data sets, because they are very important for the our AI systems, yes, for the learning. So here you see different data sets which have been used in this area for the research. So mostly you see the word simulated. What does it mean? That means that we don't have enough data in our area. Researcher need to generate this data. So they should be somehow synthesized data. And very important to have the good data which very close to reality. So this very important. And of course in the most of research you see that still researcher used very old data sets in this. But why they do this? This is necessary because they need to compare different mechanisms, how they work on the same data sets. Yes, so this is important. But disadvantage of this data set that it is very old. So we couldn't consider here the new attacks, the new sequences of actions. But anyway, of course, we have new attacks. Some of the examples, especially in the area of IoT, Internet of Things. And this is interesting. And for the history, I work in this area. And in the end of 90s and beginning of the 20s, I participated in the project with states. The goal was to develop the multi-agent system for detection of attacks. So the idea this should be distributed systems, which consider all the maybe actions distributed in the network, and combine this solution by each agent and try to detect very complex attacks which are distributed and had a lot of actions. And you see this also some of the people from the States, from USAF Research Laboratory and Bingham University. And the main idea that we have the agents which work in these distributed systems. And the architecture of each agent is based on the some scenarios of activity. So in each maybe condition, they fulfill some actions. So this is a predefined scenarios to fulfill based on the knowledge based. And there are a lot of activities. I don't go to detail. For me, it is important that you understand that such kind of research have been and what is the future of development of this research. And in 2010, we got the best paper in the NATO conference. So we developed this prototype. We created the environment for simulation of different attacks and defenses based on multi-agent approach. And it was based with some elements of machine learning. Yeah, so the scenarios was not constant, not predefined. They could learn. But now we are developing also such kind of systems using also LLM, so a large language model. So each agent could, for example, be informed by the predefined, LLM, and to use this information for his actions. Interesting that for on this conference, you see on here, I left Charlie Miller. He was an independent security evaluator. And his idea was that he could create the team of the hackers who can break every developed country, every developed enterprise or company. And he suggested how it is better to distribute the people for different specialities. I mean, each of them doing some kind of work and they cooperate. So this is some kind of distribution you hear. And what is interesting, the idea that the same, when we have a team of agents, automated agents or hybrid agents which work together, so this they have different specialities and they work together, fulfill the common task. So this idea fulfilled in different areas, but also in the cybersecurity. Let's talk now about the AI. Again, this thank you to Dr. Abhinav. He tried to describe a lot of things, but not all of them, and I also try to systematize such kind of subject area. So what is AI? Yes, AI, there are several definitions you could see. And now we have two areas of AI. The first is data related, and second, the knowledge related. And also, of course, the third area, this is hybrid, which consists of two. Data related, this is also what we have using machine learning. So, of course, we're using data to learn. Knowledge related, so it is based on the knowledge representation. So we need to, for example, predefine knowledge and then use it somehow to systemize. So maybe previous AI in the 90s and the 80s was based on the mostly in the knowledge base. And if we consider the map of AI, this is interesting. I like this picture. This as some metaphoric, and maybe the father of the AI and this Dartmouth conference group. Maybe you read this, yeah, about such kind of group. So these people created AI, and there are not only ML, not only deep learning, but there are a lot of other areas which can be used for the cybersecurity. And of course, in addition to the material which has been presented by Dr. Abhinav, you see that there are a lot of other techniques which can be used. Yes, so this fuzzy systems, this computer vision ideas, and a lot of them. That's maybe enlarged. You see here the different techniques in AI that can be used. Of course, I'm talking about this related to the area of cybersecurity, and of course, all of them could be implemented. And we had a lot of research which devoted to this topic. Okay, and also if we consider the place of the techniques which are used, you should know, of course, that mostly we're using deep learning, and also maybe the last 10 or more years, we have the such kind of picture. Yes, so this on the first place go this large language models. Yes, of course, we already considered the transformers, some deep learning models, and GANs. Yes, previous lecture. And for me, this most interesting. This, do you know this Gartner hypercycle for AI? Do you know this? This is maybe the company which consider the most the latest and the most promised areas of technology development. And in this 2022, you see this some elements which are very important for the cybersecurity. This data-centric AI. This is AI trust, risk, and security management. You hear? Of course, synthetic data. This is because very hard to get such kind of data. And also, of course, the other aspects are very important. Also, you see this, I selected this Edge AI. This is a very important area. And four main AI innovations, four main categories. So data-centric AI, model-centric AI, application-centric AI, and human-centric AI. And in the next year, you see maybe some shift of this technology for this plateau of creativity and development. And in the previous year, the same, you see. So what we have now is most, of course, developed technology, this computer vision. Yeah. Also some different intelligent applications. Knowledge graphs. You know this knowledge graphs. So this, of course, we have a lot of terms in the subject area. We have relation between them. So previously we called them ontologies. Yes. Knowledge graphs are, yes, of course, ontologies together with some rules how to influence from one term to another, how they depend from each other. Knowledge graphs, this is the, maybe some new vision of the ontologies. Yes, so these graphs which show us the knowledge in some the subject area. And the same for the cybersecurity. So we already have a very complex, maybe network of the terms in the cybersecurity and relation between them, and they are very helpful to protect our system. And I don't go to detail, I don't consider all the aspects. We have a lot of slides, so this presentation will be with you, and you could ask me the questions if you're interested. But this is interesting that all this technology can be implemented for cybersecurity. Okay, and also for us interesting this hype cycle for the emerging technology, not only for AI, but for all emerging technology. This is, this in Russian, but you see this the same element together with some additional elements, a cybercomputer, some space computing, and some others. Okay, let's consider now this data-centric AI. What is it? So, of course, for the first direction in AI, data-centric AI, very important to have the good data. So, innovation in this areas are the data which could be synthesized. So this, and how to do this? This is, of course, a very complex question, and they are artificially generated rather than obtained from direct observation of the real world. So what kind of mechanism I use? Statistically rigorous sampling, different semantic approaches. So this, you consider this generative adversarial network, which could generate such kind of data. And different simulation scenarios. So, for example, we should develop some test bed, for example, for network, and try to simulate some activity, maybe some malicious activity. They are very close to reality, but maybe not. This is a reality because it is not fully simulate all the events in the real systems. But in this case, of course, in the case number 3, for example, in my research, there was a lot of works. So we simulated the network behavior, we simulated the attacks, and then used the data for our research. The same what I told previously for this simulation environment, which are based on the multi-agents technology. So this is very important. Of course, for the AI, for using AI, is very important to use the different models. Yes, so we need to model the objects and the process which we have. So, for example, the model of attacks here, the model of the process of the defense. So this is very important for us. What kind of, maybe the terms you could see here, this composite AI. So this is a fusion different AI techniques. Causal AI include different techniques. So this causal graph and simulation. There are another approaches, and this direction of research is very important. Also, application-centric AI. So what we see main innovations. You see AI engineering, decision intelligence, for example, natural language processing, and others. So application-centric AI. This is maybe models which are directly oriented on the some area. For example, the same. So we should, for the cybersecurity, we need to develop different areas which specially developed for this area. And also in the process, of course, besides the machine, the main role is human. So human manage all the process, especially if we consider all the events, so that they are layered, and the high level, especially this the man. or maybe if we consider maybe the low level, this is level of the network. Yes, level of the maybe some management of the network, some algorithm, but the operator, yes, choose this parameter and choose the actions which are needed to do. This is very important, of course, so-called responsible AI. You see this, so this we need to you see this, making appropriate business and ethical choices, solution in this. And digital ethics, of course, according to the human ethics. Of course, we should consider different aspects which relate to privacy and bias in this. So this is important to do. And for us, of course, very important is responseSCALE AI. This is a very important term. So we need to trust the AI, yes? If we don't trust, we couldn't use it. So for this, there are a lot of standards. This is, for example, this is international one of the international standard ethic guides for the responseSCALE AI. This from European Commission. You see this. And according to this document, so a trusted AI must have the following characteristics. You see this. To be legitimate. So this in accordance with applicable law. To be ethical, corresponding to ethical principles. And robust. So technically reliable. This is very important. And of course, this is examples of some of the Russian Federation standards. Of course, in India, you have their own standards here. But of course, every nation develops such kind of standards. What we have now, some systematization of the algorithm of machine learning. This also in Russian, but you see there's different algorithms for the, but here there's some words in English, you see this, yeah. So this, the traditional, classical algorithms, algorithms for supervised learning, unsupervised learning, you see this deep learning mechanisms. So this somehow this systematization of this mechanism, so we could consider maybe different classes of algorithms. And I just very quickly, because Dr. Abhinav have considered the actions of different mechanisms, but again, I think this is good for you, because you could maybe to have on different levels, yes, different networks. So what we have now, so this different kinds of networks. Here, this, for example, this is LSTM, which have been considered. These autoencoders, these simple CNNs, and DNN, and RNN, recurrent neural network. So different principles. And also this deep belief network, generative adversarial network, deep reinforcement learning also have been considered, yes? Yeah. And also Dr. Abhinav considered different aspects for the transfer learning. So how transfer from one application area to another. This is very important, because we could transfer our knowledge from the knowledge where we have the data to the knowledge where we don't have the data or have too low data, and we couldn't use machine learning mechanism. This is a transfer learning, so some mechanisms which we could use. So this is very important. And also about explainable AI. Dr. Abhinav also considered this. Maybe this is another view on such kind of mechanism. And of course, classical model, this you see here, Have you used somehow this? So CHAP and, for example, LIME methods. So, for example, in my team, we realized several systems which implement this. What is the distinguished feature of this mechanism? So we could explain black things, so the things not explainable, by investigating the main features of this and what feature mostly influence on the decision. So this could help us to understand why such kind of decision have been taken. Yeah. So this such kind of mechanism could help us. But also you see there's different theories which are used in this area. And also, of course, about LLMs. Yes. So we have maybe all of you used this. Yes or not? So the ChatGPT or maybe some other models. Yeah. Of course, not only ChatGPT exists. Yeah, a lot of them, and of course, in our research and development, we use not ChatGPT but our own LLM. So this predefined, pre-trained models. Yes, so this is very important, and there are here there's some tree of development of such kind of technologies. And if we are talking in Gen AI, maybe several days ago I participated in the panel on the conference CompsNet. This is a conference in the Bangalore, have place previous week. So we consider these different ideas connected with LLM and how they could be used in research and education. Though there is a pro and contras, yes, for the LLM. So the pro, for example, is we could increase our efficiency. Yes, so the ChatGPT can help us. So this we can create interesting information using the previous knowledge which we have and some others. But of course we have the disadvantages of this. Yes, so this mostly they concern with data security and the bias in these solutions which we use. I'm just not talking about the education. I'm talking about the research and development, because education this is a special thing. we could discuss, but this is not the topic of my lecture. So let's imagine the situation that automatic agent spreading around the network. Yes, so maybe this is a malicious agent. For example, there's some kind of virus goes, or maybe this is a good agent which, for defense. And there are in the system a lot of, for example, such kind of agents which are fixed, so they are on the places, on the devices, or some of them migrate also, and to consider the situation. So this, and a lot of agents in the network which fulfill these actions for protection and for the attack. And in some case, this agent don't know what to do. For example, it doesn't have any knowledge about what to do in some situation. So, so he can ask the LLM what to do if for such condition, and LLM inform it. So usually such kind of ideas are based on such kind of events. Yes? So the agent could ask LLM what to do in some kind of situation. So, and it is used in the for the cybersecurity. About machine learning framework and libraries. Also, this aspect was missed in the previous lecture, and maybe you use it. So this question to you: what, for example, what kind of framework or language you use, maybe. What? Visible? Yes. So, okay. So, of course, we use different libraries, and maybe most often used this, you see the TensorFlow, also, yes, this Keras library, yeah, and some other. And this is a good picture which shows what kind of library, framework libraries are used in the world. This is important because for the cybersecurity, because the same tools are used for the development of the security tools. Yeah, okay. And I like this picture, so we consider this main trends in the AI, so some kind of evolution of the main ideas. So you see this traditional approaches, and also not only software but hardware. Traditional CPUs, then VGA, yes, we do this. GPU, graphical processing units, Tensor, yes, and what is it, NPU? But this year, you could see here. So, we have a development of different ideas and different solutions and different technologies in the AI. And now we have a lot of tools which can be implemented for the cybersecurity. So this is some background material for the using AI in different areas, but of course I'm talking about this connection with cybersecurity. So now about cybersecurity, main cybersecurity trend. Yesterday we considered this, yes, so we consider the main kind of attacks. So I just repeated, but this is just maybe some company decided to enumerate the priority of different tools. This was 2 years ago, and they on the first. If you remember, I select as a first place phishing. Yes, yesterday. But this company on the first, but malware have been on the second place. Yes, so this you see opposite way, and also ransomware, denial of service, SQL injection, 0 days password. So this also cross-site scripting, man in the middle also, and additional Internet of Things attacks. So this situation. And I like also this slide. So it was a report from the US Defense Ministry several years ago. And what does it mean? That we have as an input such kind of attacks, but as an output, we see how much attacks not detected. Yes, so this. We detected some attack, but some of them, especially, of course, this report was about the attack against military system. So mostly, most number of attack left not detected. This is because, of course, the main actors for such kind of attack, this is the nations. So this is a complex and prepared attacks. That's so this is a specialist, and of course this is maybe only 4% from this report. The attack can be detected, and some of them fixed, some of them not fixed. So this is but a real situation, of course, maybe not so strange how this, but this is a clear fact that a lot of attack could be detected, especially again, if we are talking about this nation-inspired attacks or some specialist prepared attacks. So this is very important. Now we consider also this hypercycle, but for security. Yes. This now is in English. Yes, yes. Sorry for the previous. I also starting from the 2022. So you see the different systems, and you see a lot of different classes of systems which are used in cybersecurity. So this especially selected here. This so cyber physical systems, cyber asset attacks, surface management. You see there's different classes of attacks. There's a lot of them. I will maybe talk about such kind of attack, such classes of systems the next day, the day after this, when I will talk about security assessment. You could see that a lot of classes of attackers. Then next, this cloud success security brokers, security information event management. So this is the main class of attacks for management of the events, and they manage the situation in the network. Identity threat detection and response. This very important class of system, security orchestration, analytics, and reporting. So such class of system trying to do the thing that the security system work together and work coordinated. Penetration testing as a service. What is it? Do you know this penetration testing? So this class, so we specially try to do attacks, but yes, this is a so-called white attacks. If you call so we try to find the vulnerabilities in the system, then to change the situation, yes, then to protect, to delete such kind of vulnerability, if it is possible. If you remember previous lecture, not in all cases we could delete it. It could be not very effective, yeah, this case. Also, of course, we have a such kind of solution as a CMA. So this integrated ecosystem to share intelligence, automate, and coordinate response to simple operation. So for the complex system for the companies, we need to join a lot of different systems. So this is some kind of mesh structures. Yes, so we need to fulfill solution how such kind of hybrid complex of the system should work together. So this is a framework and ideas how to build such kind of system, how to organize this efficiently of the work of such of the system. Now this previous year Apple cycle. So usually again this some shift of the, so this most developed now this technology for CEM system, security information event management, and also so-called endpoint detection and response. What does it mean, this endpoint detection and response? Could you answer? So this endpoint that it is on the endpoint, so this on the devices, yes. And the main idea, so they should detect attacks and fulfill some countermeasures against such kind of attack. So the standalone systems which allow to do protection again. So they detect attack and response. Question?
It's devices.
This is on devices. So yes. So it could be on some computer, or it could be some IoT device.
MDM in mobiles.
Yes, it's also.
Tapping the handsets.
Yes.
And then you have that device where they interact continuously regarding this.
Yes. Of course, again, this could be different devices. So this, it depends from the possibility if it is have enough resources to fulfill this attack, this task, yes, for detection and for the response, for the change. Okay, or it could be maybe some distributed solutions, but in this case, this is endpoint detection. So this for just for device. Okay, and what I'm talking now about is the trend in the cybersecurity, that we have several generations of protection in technologies. So the first is generation. This is just protection. So this is, you see this based on the trust in computer, on the mechanism of access control, cryptography. Then we include the level of the second generation of detection. So we try also between this basic element of protection, we also could detect, could change, for example, parameters in the detection. For example, change the rules in the firewalls during the walk. So this is, we call in some kind intrusion tolerance. So we could dynamically work with countermeasures. So the first is previous intrusions, prevent intrusion, then detect intrusion, and going to tolerate attacks. So we could do something with attacks. So this number 3 generation, this intrusion tolerance and survivability. So now almost all the systems belong to this third generation of the systems. What the main idea, main trend here is go to the auto-adaptive and from auto-adaptive to survivable and self-regenerative systems. So this idea, can be specified qualitatively. So this is a traditional system. So after attack, system breaks and couldn't work. Then intrusion tolerance, so this the system of the third generation. So system after attacks, system gracefully degrade. And self-regenerative system, so it can regenerate the functionality. It return to the previous state. And again, this is you see on this picture that that I explained in previous lecture, that we have, for example, 100% functionality. From this 100%, we have also 100% of the critical functionality. So critical functionality, that is a functionality which are very important for the organization, for the company, or for you as an individual. This functionality should work constantly, yes? Other resources could be spreaded. For example, you could add some resources for other tasks, not very critical. But of course, to fulfill the 100% critical functionality, this application which fulfill this task should work. So idea that security could have more resources, but usually there is some maybe barrier. This is 80% of security task, but we need to have 20% always for the critical functionality. But of course, this is just some. It could be 30%. It depends from the system and from the business which we fulfill. Yeah.
In case we have lost data or disturbed data or any damaged data, it reconstructs this data, or it gives some backup for this data?
So this correct questions. The question is how to fulfill this task. Yes. So of course there is different ways. So for example, in the case of the data, it could be distributed. So with the same copies. So we could return, or maybe this could be some maybe previously saved information. So it depends. It depends from the business, from the functionality of the system. So this and the level of criticality of the system. For example, for a military or government system, of course, this should be very high. Reservation of the data.
Suppose we have backup, and in this case we have to process the gap which causes the Trojan or the attack itself.
Of course.
Okay, this will be again built by the system itself.
Yes.
Okay.
So it could be done if it is self-regenerative, yes, so this should be done by the system. So usually such kind of conception doesn't require that some human or operator should do something or some additional, but this should be done automatically, yeah, here. But of course, for the very complex system, this is depends from the level of this. So now we go into this self-regenerative systems. So this a term that's very important for the cyber, not only for cybersecurity, but of course for the other areas. Okay, and now we go into the key application area of AI cybersecurity. Okay.
As of now, are there any self-regenerative systems in practical uses?
Yes, there are, but of course this is maybe in some degree of, maybe not fully. Yes, so this, so we don't have fully self-regenerative systems. So for example, as maybe the creature which can regenerate fully. Of course, there are some. Maybe some components which are very important for the system, and if we destroy these elements, but usually they are mostly protected very strong, yeah, for these devices.
That means that kind of systems are basically extended tolerance system rather than regenerative ones, right?
As I understand you, so we have different components of the system, yes? So the components, the usual components for regenerative, and each component have this, so it could be self-regenerative, or all system can be regenerative. So this is a complex paradigm, but really what we do, this is some maybe separate solutions could be regenerative, not all the system, not orchestrated all the process. You understand, yes? So because this is of course this, for example, if we're talking about the satellite, so I'm graduated in satellite academy. So this, it is autonomic behavior, yes? So we couldn't do this, only a remote management, and all things should be redundant, yes? So if something broke, we should change to the element which could function, yes? So this is a simple self-regeneration. We just maybe change this one, so we have some redundancy, maybe not 2, maybe 3 more, 5 or more. It depends from the possibility of damages on this, yeah, on this case of on the attack. Okay, answer. So we considered some introductions, so some maybe historical. They may be connected with some research connected with my team. We can consider maybe now the situation with AI, the main trends. Then maybe the main trends in cybersecurity. And now we consider how this AI could be used for the cybersecurity using such kind of trend. So again, in this lecture, I try to see some systematically on this. So of course, to do this, we had a lot of projects. So this is some my experience in this area, how to do it. So key application areas in AI in cybersecurity. So I like I like this picture. So we have we have 4 main application areas or directions. Firstly, this was announced by the chief officer of company Microsoft. You could see on this link, yeah. So it was such kind of classification of selection of 4 main direction for application of AI. But mostly researchers agree. But of course, this classes are very intersected also. So this is not clear classification. I will tell why. So the first, of course, using AI for cybersecurity. This is using AI-based protection of defense. The second, using AI for cyber attacks. This is opposite, yes. So how attack our system, and of course the malefactor used the system. The next, this is a main trend that now our system mostly data-centric and mail-based, yes, or A-based. So one of the main component which could be under attack, this is ML components, yes. So and this system had a lot of drawbacks, so a lot of vulnerabilities. So of course we consider these vulnerabilities attacks against this kind of systems. And the other using AI, of course, this maybe you have seen a lot, yeah. This is using in deepfakes. So this is a good example. Of course, this is a deepfake. It would be good if it would be a reality. Yes, we are all in the peace, yeah. But of course, unfortunately, the world is very complex. Yeah, so this not simple task to do this. So let's consider each of these direction here. So this first improving security, cybersecurity with AI. So what kind of application area? We have a different task areas. Traditional task of classification, regression, clustering, ranging, recommendation, anomaly detection, pattern recognition. Dr. Abhinav considered this, such kind of mechanism. And different areas you could see here. And also connected task for cybersecurity. For example, traditional task for classification, this is an antivirus system. So if this virus or not, or maybe also what kind of virus. So more detailed classification. The same for the spam or not. Fraud analysis, the same. Then regression task. So this task connected with and clustering task. So a lot of different application in the cybersecurity which solve such kind of mechanism. Usually, so this is some combined approach. And in some research, we have some maybe this percentage of tasks which belong to different areas. For example, mostly this is for detection and response to cyber attacks. So this one. Also, the other task you see for security. If you have a question, maybe, of course, we have not seen all of them. Yes, we don't know maybe some of the, what kind of the task. So this detection response to cyber attacks. So this is clear, yeah? Fraud detection business process. So this is also, we consider this some malicious actions, yes? Security event management. So this, we are trying to process events, set of events. Each activity connected with events. Yes, a lot of events, so that, for example, some of the process have been fulfilled or some of the process failed and so on. So we get a set of these events, and this such kind of system try to process them. Endpoint protection, we have considered with you, yes, if you remember this Gartner hype cycle, yes, and there was endpoint detection and protection, but this is protection. But protection, this is a joint process. Application protection, vulnerability management. Application protection, this is just for our application, yes, protection. And vulnerability management, so this we need to operate with vulnerabilities. This, for example, good process, the patching vulnerabilities. finding new vulnerabilities. Access control authentication. Access control, this is we use, for example, password. Yeah, this authentication. This is we try to verify that. Yes, previous lecture, and the other I think clear. So such kind of application by now of the AI for different processes. Okay, and also interesting work. This work about this using different, investigating different research for the detection of attack against Android system, and some spreading around different classical ML elements. Yes, so you see that the most often used random forest. Of course, this is one of the, this is investigation of 21, but this is a common that mostly the researcher and the good results are used for the random forest in the current work. Okay, so this is the first direction, first area. This is using AI for the cybersecurity. The second is using AI for cyber attacks. At first we known just computer crime. Then we had networks. So we have a cybercrime. Then we used a ML mechanism and AI. And so next development, this is AI crime. Yes. Technologically, we have such kind of trends and development. And what is interesting is I told previously about this Mitra attack, this company, and this kill chain, you remember, yes? Kill chain, this is, you see this, there was only 7 steps, yes? This is 15 steps, different, but the idea of this picture that to show on every step of the fulfillment of attack, we could use AI. So this, for example, reconnaissance. So this is actions for collecting information about the future victim of the attack, future goal of the attack. So we need to have this elements of campaign resilience. We need to elements for the social engineering on this stage. So we need to get this data. We need to talk with the people, yes, to get the very important data from them. And using this, we could use AI. And all this connection show us, for example, automation. So we could adapt attack to change from the conditions. We could coordinate the actions and so on. So the good picture shows us that using AI is possible on every phase of the kill chain process. And we also could use, for example, this AI for social engineering, for automation of the actions, for information gathering, for credentialed theft. So this different data for the credential could be used. For campaign resilience, for stealth, very important for stealth, that the action for the attacks should be hidden. And exploit development. So exploit development, I needed to, do you know what is exploit? So yes, if we have vulnerabilities in the system, we need to use it somehow. So this is some program or software which uses vulnerabilities for the goals of the attackers. Yes. So the term is exploit. But this is very important for the attack. So we need to, maybe in some case we have this, we could find it. We mean this malfactor. Yeah, of course, not me. So to find it maybe in the darknet, yeah, or maybe in the internet, yes, or in the maybe complex case, or maybe for the 0 days, when this is a company will planning the very complex attacks, so the nation against other nation doing this. So they specially crafted exploits, so there's some maybe smart exploits in this here they need to develop. So you see that this process, I'm starting my lecture, if you remember, from some statistics about the papers. So for the attacks, this more than 3 million papers, yes, have been in the Google database. Yeah. So this is why this very developed area how to implement AI for this for the cyber attacks. Okay, and number 3. This case very interesting, of course. This is a main trend. So using this is using vulnerabilities and attacking AI systems. Yeah. So the first some examples of security incidents which are well known in the using this such kind of attack. So the first is this very not new. This very old. Yeah. But this is very demonstrative. I mean, this first is error cost accident on non vehicles. So this, for example, for Tesla model, yes, there was a, for example, at the speed 120 km, they made an unexpected sharp turn to the right. You remember you are driving, yeah, caused by concrete fence. So this at the time the accident, the road was dry, clear, and well. So this so this was a mistake in the data, in the comprehension of the situation. So they understand maybe that some fence yes, in front of the car. Yeah. So they decided. So of course there is this clear mistake in the training data, or maybe this is a mistake in the processing of data from the visual camera. Yes, from the other interesting situation. So this this is a Russian company. Maybe you know the Kaspersky Lab. This famous company. I know the Kaspersky, Evgeny Kaspersky, and his wife also. This because she founded another company. So this also very famous after divorce, also very famous in the Russia, other cybersecurity company. So the Kaspersky Lab has been accused in the poisoning of the competing antivirus products. So we have this database of the virus total, and the competitors specially accused this company that they poisoned this. So that especially that other company don't have the efficient solutions in this area. Yeah, but of course this was fake. This was not really, but this is a good example when some company accused another company in doing something which connected with attacks against AI. Yeah. Also, this is a Russian company, Sberbank. This bank lost millions of rubles as a result of this error. So this is the most developed bank in Russia. So they implement. So they have their own LLM systems and a lot of AI-based tools. So this, of course, bank hidden all the information and accused in the false data about it. But some sources clearly certify that this have been in reality such kind of thing. Okay, so for example, here the picture you see that some car not correctly understand the pictures. Yeah, here. So this enough to just add this element, yes, specially added trigger. And the system couldn't comprehend properly, yes, this situation. For example, he understands this not stop, but maybe to speed up the process, yeah? To speed up the driving. Okay, and other examples. So this some for maybe joke. Some of the so in our institution, some of the people participated in the teaching of this Microsoft element. Have you seen this? No, no. So this idea, Microsoft decided that some application and will be allowed to teach by the users. Yes, and they starting to rudely talk with him. And yes, after this, it was so very, very rude application for the chatbots here. But this is example that when training is very important, to correctly train the system and using this attack. The same, this very maybe there are a lot of such kind of applications, but there are also you could do this with visual representation, but this is audio. So yes, you could imitate. Yesterday I talked about this. Yes, so maybe your friend can call you, but this is very simple. You could use such kind of application if you find it, and not develop anything complex. Just use it, and it can be applied for doing attacks. And if you consider such kind of attacks, so this classification of attack. So you see this the first according to the degree of awareness of the attackers. So white box, gray box, black box. So this black box, the attackers knows nothing. So we don't know about the system. This is a most complex case for the malefactor. But white box, we know everything. We could do everything with the system. So this very slow system, it could be penetrated in any way. The second, this is a time of attacks. So this, in the process of learning, this is about this chat bot, yeah, this process of learning. In the process of testing, in the process of using, for example, we could change the data, so we could provide data which have not been used during the training, yeah, in this case. By the way, influence, casual research, according to the result, targeted mass, so the targeted, so we have a special target to do this. According to specific, so this system security policy attacks, attack without violating the security policy. There are other classification of this, but this is maybe we don't go to detail. So now we see for defense. So this is a full cycle of the system. You see this. At first we data collection, training, learning, testing, and applying the model. Yeah, and we have a different data. So this on different stages we have different attacks. So this on stage of the training, this is a main class of attack, this poisoning. So we try to change the data. And the phase of the testing and implementing, this is invasion, impersonate, and inversion attacks. And what kind of defensive technique? So on this stage, data, of course, this main defense mechanism. There are a lot of different mechanisms how to do this. For example, the main mechanism is security by design. You see this. So we should develop this system which minimize such kind of security influences on the system. But for the training, of course, data sanitation. So we need to check the data. Then for training, this we need to include some robustness enhancement mechanisms for the performance evaluations, assessment mechanism, and for the application. So this for implementing the system, this inference and application inference. So using the mechanism for the inference. Yeah? So this different techniques which protect against such kind of attack. This privacy, they call this as privacy preserving techniques. So this is a full cycle. Okay, so this defensive methods according to the mathematical aspects. So this is, you see this, you see so-called adversarial training, Gaussian data augmentation, label smoothing, using model ensembles and feature squeezing. So some definition you should see here. This is main trend in the work, how to build this such kind of protective system for ML. But of course, to do this defensive mechanism, we need to know the attackers. We need to know attacker intentions and attacker techniques. So this is why, again, when we see this 3 million papers, so in the cybersecurity, this is a science and practice for investigating attacks and building good protective systems. You understand that to build a good defense, we should know the attack. That's why. So this is an explanation. And the last, I need to stop there, yes, and the half of this. So this I have the 3 minutes. So of course this is fakes and disinformation. So this is also one of the main and very interesting trend. So now we could imitate the images, the video, the pictures. So for example, this picture was specially generated in some of the newspaper, but this is not real. Yes, they specially inspired the people to the protest in some country. And so if you consider, there are some tools which can identify the fakes. So we, for example, as an input have a video or, for example, this picture file, and they try to understand if it is fake or not. This is, the next my slide. Of course, there are a lot of situations. So this where it can be applied and very interesting approaches. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to go to this. Is maybe some one separate course, maybe 20 hours where I could explain how to do this. But anyway, you need to know this, and there are a lot of literature about such kind of mechanism. And deepfake detection. So there are different approaches. This is one of them, DARPA semantic forensic program, and the other, the DARPA media forensic, and also a lot of tools for Microsoft. But every company doing such kind of systems. So, for example, my team also have a project now this about deepfake detection. So we are working on this, and there are a lot of tools. Okay, so this is the first lecture. So Professor Abhinav asked me that I should be 1.5 hours to have for this. So, but sorry that maybe some things very quickly. I considered that. But the main idea to introduce you in this area and try to describe. This is, of course, the main